Like so many times before, the Giants and Dodgers are locked in a battle for the top spot in the National League West. In the Central Division, one of the surprise teams in all of baseball has been the Milwaukee Brewers. With under 50 games remaining, the Brew Crew is in a 4-team race for the division. 2 teams with playoff hopes meet Game 1 of the series, and it's coming up next. The Giants road trip moves on to Milwaukee as we come to you from Miller Park. The roof is open. Game 1 of a 3-game series, Giants and Brewers. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. Well, very similar seasons for these two teams, and now they have identical records going into this game. And Mike, this will be an interesting start for Tim Lincecum. He's pitching in a small ballpark, but if he's got his good stuff, that usually doesn't matter.
Well, you're right. When Tim Lincecum has his low knee-high command, he can pitch anywhere against any team. And this is a team that can bang here. Now, both teams, as you mentioned, 61 and 51, 10 games over 500. Interesting, the Giants have not won a series against a team with a winning record since the 1st of June. But the one thing on this road trip that they have done is they have pitched well with their starting staff. So far, the starters' ERA, 2.10. Lincecum looks to continue that magic. If he does, the Giants will have an excellent chance of beating this very good Milwaukee Brewer team.
No Buster Posey in the starting lineup. It'll be Andrew Susac catching Tim Lincecum. So Tim Lincecum on the hill trying to jumpstart the Giants in Game 1 of this 3-game series. Should be a fun ball game tonight. Stay tuned. We'll take you to our Comcast Sports Center studios for an update right after this.
Guest Sportsnet Bay Area is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Head to Jack in the Box for the new Jalapeno Ranch or Barbecue Ultimate Cheeseburgers at participating restaurants. And by Toyota, #1 in MPG, durability, and resale value. Toyota, let's go places.
Here we are in Milwaukee, game 1 of this 3-game series. Our game time weather is presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Get to the beach. The admission-free boardwalk is now open daily. 69 degrees here at the yard. The wind at 9 miles per hour. Humidity at 74%. And it is partly cloudy. It'll drop down to about 57 degrees. The roof is open, and we love it. Here's Bruce Bochy's lineup. Remember, no Posey. It'll be Pence, Panik, and Bell. Pablo Sandoval, one of the stars yesterday in New York. He'll be the cleanup hitter. Then it's Blanco, Crawford, who's got good numbers in this part. Crawford will hit 6th, Perez, Susac 7th and 8th, and Lincecum 9th.
On the hill tonight for the Milwaukee Brewers will be the 25-year-old rookie right-hander Jimmy Nelson out of Niceville, Florida, where the folks are very nice. By way of the University of Alabama, he's 1-2 in 4 starts with a 4.30 ERA. Good strikeout stuff. I mean, he's got a fastball that'll go mid-90s. He'll 4-seam, he'll 2-seam it. He's got a changeup that's kind of a project. He'll throw a slider. And if he's getting his off-speed stuff over, they say he can be very, very tough. First time the Giants are going to get a chance to see him. Let's take a look at the defense playing behind Jimmy Nelson for these Milwaukee Brewers. Starting in the outfield, it'll be Parra, Gomez, and Braun. And you've got great arms across the board. Segura and Ramirez on the left side of the infield, Weeks and Reynolds on the right side. And all-star Jonathan LaCroix will be in the squad, putting down the signs for Jimmy Nelson. 6'5", 250-pounder. Beautiful night here in Milwaukee. The roof is open, and it could not be a better night for baseball.
So here's Hunter Pence. Both teams with record of 61 and 51. So Nelson, a big, tall right-hander. He winds, he throws, and there's a called strike. So we get started a minute late at 7:11. Posey on the trip. 6 for 14. And he takes that pitch up and in. 3 runs scored, 2 doubles, a home run, 3 RBIs. He walked 4 times. Hallion behind home plate. Then it's Gibson, Porter, and Cooper.
Tom Hallion, a good low strike zone. He's very consistent. He'll give a little width on both sides of the plate. He looks for strikes.
Tap to Weeks at second. And Weeks will throw on to first as Pence hustling down the line, and that's how this game gets started.
All right, time now for our Nissan keys to the game. And what do you say we hear from the Rooks? This has always been a great place for Giants rookies. Remember Sadowski? That's right. Brad Hennessy. Oh, I had a big game here. In fact, Brandon Crawford had a grand slam first game here. We need to have the Rooks, Susac and Panik, make contribution. Number 2, Lincecum, find that early groove that has been hard for him to find the last 2 starts. Those are our Nissan keys to the game.
Here's Panik, who had a good game yesterday. Panik with 3 hits in 4 at-bats. Put some respect on his average at .231. Lines this one foul. Remember the 4-game series in 2010?
Yes, I did.
With Buster Posey. 5 home runs.
That was his breakout series, and from then the Giants just never looked back.
So he was a rook back then.
Giants rooks have always done well in this park, except for Lincecum in his first start.
And Panik out swinging.
All right, time now for our Geico quote. This comes from Joe Panik. He got 3 hits yesterday in his native New York against the Mets. It felt really good, I'm not going to lie, especially with the team winning. That kind of solidified the day and the weekend. Very articulate Joe Panik, and that's our Geico quote.
So here's Belt. Belt at 243, 11 home runs, 23 driven in. And he fouls one out of play, a 95 mile-an-hour fastball. Belt 3 for 12 in New York with a home run. Overshift is on for Belt. And he swings and misses. It's 1-2, or make it 2-2.
95 at the knees on the outside corner. He threw it right by him.
I had 1-2, I had 2-2, and now I have 0-2.
You're doing good.
Following the scoreboard. That will not happen again. Okay, let me guess. 1-2.
Just throw something out there.
Sandoval to follow. And another foul hit into the glove of Lucroy, and that'll end the inning. Lincecum coming out. Brewers coming up. It'll be for Ron Renicky, this lineup. It'll be Gomez, Parra, and Braun. Aramis Ramirez, he's been hot. Giants and Lincecum will look out for that. Then it'll be Lucroy, Reynolds, and Weeks. Gene Segura will hit 8th, and Jimmy Nelson will pitch and bat 9th.
On the hill tonight for the Giants will be the two-time Cy Young Award winner, 4-time All-Star Tim Lincecum, making start number 23. 9-7 on the year with a 4.21 ERA. 116 strikeouts against 50 walks. His last 8 outings, 4.2 with a 2.96 ERA, and lifetime against these Brewers 4-3 with a 3.97 ERA. How's he do it with a fastball that's in the low 90s? Curveball, slider, split. Key for Lincecum, knee-high command. He establishes that, he'll have a good night.
Here's the All-Star, Carlos Gomez, and he swings and fouls it out of play. He's not afraid to take a big swing.
Yeah, so much for taking a few pitches and working a count. He is going to hack.
Well, he's a lot like the Giants leadoff hitter, and that's foul back. It's 0-2.
That is a healthy swing, folks. Let's take a look at the Giants defense behind Lincecum tonight, starting in the outfield. It'll be Perez, Blanco, Pence. That's your outfield. Crawford, Sandoval on the left side. Panik and Bell on the right side, and Andrew Susak in the squad, putting down the signs.
And 3 pitches, and Gomez is gone.
And right away, Lincecum's come out, and he's got knee-high command. Oh, 2, you want to go below the zone, hope they chase, and Gomez goes right with it. And watch the helmet come right off as he uncorks.
So here's Parra, the former Diamondback.
Hardly recognized him in that uni.
And he takes a strike, hitting .256. He's faced Lincecum in this lineup more than anybody, and he's 11 for 46. On deck is Ryan Braun. In at third is Sandoval. And that fastball is in tight, and it's 2-1. Brewers have lost 5 of 7, and they've lost their last 2. They're 4 games under, or make that 4 games over 500 at home. This is hit on one hop to Panic. 2 outs.
They just were not hitting on this last road trip. The only guy who is hitting is the guy you pointed out going down the lineups, and that's Aramis Ramirez. He's on fire. And if you're the Giants coming into tonight's ball game, he's the one guy you say, I'm not going to let beat me. Of course, you may say this about this guy too.
Seven for 21 in his career against Lincecum. Couple of home runs. And a first pitch strike, and it's 0-1. Outfield straightaway. The book on Braun is more so than any other year. He's hit a lot of balls to right field this year. And it's now 0-2.
Nice two-seam fastball coming back in the zone. He couldn't place it in a better spot. That's the fastball he'll get the most movement with, and it will run back in towards the righty away from the lefty.
Got him. An impressive inning for both Nelson and now Lincecum. Second inning coming up. Sandoval will lead things off.
Brought to you by Mendocino Redwood, available exclusively at the Home Depot.
No score as we head to the second inning. And for the Giants, it'll be Sandoval, Blanco, and Crawford. We do notice there are some Giants fans in Milwaukee.
Saw a lot of them today walking around the street. Giants fans travel extremely well, as we found out, and look forward to it.
Sandoval coming off a terrific game in New York, hitting .280. And he rolls this one on the ground to Ricky Weeks. And Sandoval retired on one pitch.
Well, Pablo Sandoval, our Togo's big play the Togo's way yesterday against the Mets. An RBI double the ninth inning off of Henry Mejia. And this was the big swing of the bat. It broke a 3-3 tie, gave the Giants a 1-run lead. The bullpen would make it stand, and that was how they won. That's our Togo's big play the Togo way.
Here's Blanco, takes the pitch down low. Crawford to follow. We're in the second inning. And Blanco takes down low. A home run, 19 RBIs.
Look on Jimmy Nelson is get him in the stretch. Not quite as free with his delivery out of the stretch as he is out of the windup.
And there's a shot to left, and that's a base hit. Parra will hold Blanco to a single.
So we're going to find out if that scout report is true about Nelson in the stretch. A reminder, Tuesday, August 12th is Jerry Garcia Tribute Night presented by McAfee. Your special event package will include a limited edition Jerry Garcia Giants themed t-shirt and a game ticket to see the Giants take on the White Sox. A portion of proceeds from every special event ticket benefit the Rex Foundation. So go to sfgiants.com/special events. Remember, to receive the Garcia Tribute Night t-shirt, you need to purchase this special event ticket.
Here's Crawford hitting .236, 8 home runs, 46 runs batted in. And Blanco had a little bit of hesitation when Nelson went over to first.
Well, I think they're going to try and test him. You know, guys 6'5", 250 normally are not that quick out of the stretch.
And the pitch is down low as Lucroy digging it out like a first baseman. 1 ball and no strikes.
Lucroy doesn't have the strongest of arms as a catcher, but he's got a very quick release. And he makes up for a little lack of arm strength with a real quick release that gets him to the second base below average. Average for a catcher from the time he catches at the second base is 2 seconds.
And that time Blanco definitely was leaning.
Well, they want to test him.
Reynolds holding him tight. He's got 11 steals on the year.
So Ron Renicky, the skipper of the Brewers, thinking along with us in that we anticipate Blanco's going to go. So does Renicky. There's Rags, former Giant, good teammate. Done a nice job here in Milwaukee.
Pitches high to Crawford. So Nelson already with 2 pitches thrown out of the stretch falls behind, 2 balls and no strikes. Crawford skies it straightaway center field for Gomez, and Gomez will make the catch. And that'll bring up Juan Perez.
Batting 7th for the Giants, the left fielder, number 2, Juan Perez.
Juan Perez getting another day out in the outfield. Michael Moore's getting 2 days off. And the skipper addressed that today and said basically he's just getting another day, giving him some rest. When you win a ball games, you can rest people.
So Perez at 161, and he bounces this one right at Reynolds, and that's going to end the inning. Blanco with the first base hit of the game, and it'll be Ramirez to lead things off. in theaters August 22nd. No score as Aramis Ramirez stands in, facing Tim Lincecum. And a breaking ball for a strike. Ramirez at 289, 13 home runs, 52 driven in. Out in front as he fouls this one back.
In his 15th year at the big league level. How about that? Just turned 36 late June.
Yeah, what did he come up as, an original Pirate?
Yes.
Outside, 1-2.
Came up in 1998. He's had some great years. Six times at the big league level. He's knocked in over 100. Four times he's had home run totals over 30.
Got him.
And here he's taking a hike.
There's your favorite strike three call, Tom Hellion.
Tom Hallion's got a good one, and he likes to use it too. As I mentioned, he's a pitcher's friend. He's got a low zone, and he likes to ring guys up. He will look for strikes. Hoo-yah! Pulling the lawnmower, getting her all cranked up. Hoo-yah! That's a good one.
Here's Jonathan Lucroy. 3 for 12 against Lincecum. He's an all-star. Is hitting over 300. Twelve home runs. He's got 53 runs batted in. And he fouls it out of play.
This guy's a good player. Starting to get some recognition for his game. I mean, he's the whole package. Good receiver, and he can hitting over 300.
High and foul and out of play down the right field line. And Lincecum now out in front, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Well, she's happy. Oh yeah, high-fiving everybody. Nice. Baseball should be fun, and that was fun.
This one down and in, and Lucroy hits it down the left field line and out of play.
Oh, let's take a look. I got it. I got it. She got it. That could not have worked out any better.
Blocked by Susac. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
As we mentioned, we've seen a lot of Giants fans here in Milwaukee, a lot at the game here tonight. And if you ever get a chance to come to Milwaukee and see a ball game here at Miller Park, jump on it, because it is a fun place to watch a game. The attitude in this ballpark is just amazing.
I mean, this may very well be a sellout tonight. Tap foul.
Well, the Cheeseheads love their sports. They love their Packers. They love their Brewers. And it's just a different atmosphere in this ballpark than any other ballpark in the country. I mean, it's a big party. 7th inning stretch. They'll all do the polka. They have the weenie races. It's a good time.
That got Susac pretty good.
Hey, got him in the collarbone. His left arm. It's amazing how the other catcher always knows what's going on with the catcher. Buster Posey getting a night off here. Just getting Susac right on that collarbone. And they will communicate with one another almost before a catcher will communicate with a manager and a trainer.
He just looked up at Tom Hallion and said, look, it's probably broken, but I'm good.
I wouldn't doubt that. He's from Roseville. Come on.
Hit on the ground to Sandoval, and the Panda to Belt. 2 outs.
Posey talking about when you get hit, you get the double thud, get it in the chin, the clavicle. But it is a two-man brotherhood, and they do watch out for one another. Same thing with Hector Sanchez is here. It's just they got their own little language. Close friends.
Mark Reynolds. Reynolds hitting .211. He's not in there for his average. He's in there with his 19 home runs and 39 runs batted in. He does have some unusual numbers against Lincecum. He's 3 for 21. He does have a home run against Lincecum, but Lincecum has struck him out 13 times.
Well, he's Mr. Outhouse or Castle. I mean, there's no in between with this guy.
He's just pretty close to have played with everybody now, isn't he?
Yeah, just about.
Tap foul on the fastball away. It's 0-2.
But he's got 221 home runs. But he is he has struck out a lot. And that has always been the problem, is that he just doesn't make enough contact.
And he swings at a pitch in the dirt. And he's going to be retired, and Lincecum with 4 strikeouts. It'll be Susac, Lincecum, and Pence coming up. And on this date in 1979, this was a big date in Giants history. Willie Mays was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame along with Hack Wilson and former National League president Warren Giles. Mays was named on 94.7% of the ballots. And whoever didn't vote for him on the first ballot, shame on you. Shame on you.
Yeah, it's.
I don't even really like the whole first ballot thing anyway, to be honest with you.
Now they got a guy coming up here in about 5 years, and if he's not a unanimous pick, it'll never happen. And we're talking about Derek Jeter.
Here's Susac, and there's a strike at the knees, and it's 0-1.
Hey, Randy Johnson's coming up. I mean, he's got to be.
No, you'll get 87.3%.
Well, you know, there was an argument I had with one of the great sports writers.
Tap slowly. Ramirez will barehand and throw, and Susac is retired.
Ooh, nice play. Sports writer was Bill Gleason, who was a legend in the Chicagoland area. And he was one of those guys that didn't vote for the favorite. And he said, because I thought that my votes should go to somebody who needs it more.
And he did make a compelling argument in that regard. He goes, that guy's going to get it. Tom Seaver's going to get it. He doesn't need my vote to get in. And he would vote for somebody else who he felt needed to vote more. And I asked him, I said, well, what if everybody felt that way?
Didn't care.
Didn't have an argument. Not for that question.
Lincecum is 3 for 28 on the season. And he falls behind 0-2.
But there really should be some unanimous guys.
One and two. Hunter Pence on deck. Dodgers and Angels again tonight. That'll start a little later. It's a start for Clayton Kershaw. Two and two.
You can see he's been wearing out that bat in the sweet spot. So, as we mentioned before, you watch his batting practice, you say, that's good BP. Why do you not have more hits? As good an athlete as you are, can't explain it.
Work for Gene Segura. 2 outs.
Well, on a piece of Candlestick Park, the historic seats from the former home of the Giants and Niners are on sale for $749 a pair. And for a limited time, fans can also purchase seats autographed by Candlestick Park legends. Mays in Montana, Mays and McCovey, Montana and Dwight Clark, McCovey and Will Clark. Get all the information at sfgiants.com/Candlestick Memories.
Here's Hunter Pence, who bounced out to Ricky Weeks to open up the ball game. And he takes a strike at the knees.
Well, went it back to learn a guy. Now they at least know what his fastball is going to do, what the velocity is, what breaking balls he's getting over. Much better plan the second time you see a guy. You can study all the film you want on the guy. You will learn what he'll throw, and you can get the data on him as to what he likes to throw and what counts, what situations, etc. But until you get that batter's box, it's not the same.
Huh. Is that Mr. Gibson calling that a strike?
Hal Gibson.
One-two pitch. Tapped up the middle. Segura is going to spin and throw. And I don't know. I think Mr. Gibson got that one wrong. Hunter Pence is going to go stand on first.
Well, Hunter Pence normally, when he does this, he knows he was safe. So we're going to have a look. It would have been. They may have gotten him. I mean, this is a remarkable play. Far to his left, 360s, and uncorks a bullet. I don't know if they're going to take this one back.
No, I think they got him. Nope.
Nope. From that angle right there, he beat it out.
This replay review is presented by Xfinity.
This is the one that makes him look safe. By a bunch.
Yeah. What were we thinking about?
I don't know. What were we thinking about? It's amazing what they look like from different angles.
They still haven't shown the one on the board. This is the one where everybody's going to realize he was safe. And the Brewer players saw that on the replay and they started walking back to their
That's
position.
exactly what they did.
So Pence is going to have an infield hit.
He doesn't argue unless he knows he's safe. He immediately went back to the bag. Now, this is the one that really opened the eyes of everybody. I mean, and this wasn't even close. Those other views look like they got him. Amazing.
So what was our excuse? Do we have one?
No. We're getting old.
So here's Panic. Panic struck out in the first inning. See if Hunter Pence has thoughts of going. I like it, and I know you do too very much, that they show these on the big board.
Yeah, I do. Get the fans involved.
It really gets the fans involved in the game. Panic.
Well, I think for the longest time they didn't show replays because they wanted to protect the umpires.
Of course.
But, you know, you pay your ticket, you should be included in the game.
Well, there's no need to protect them now because you can have the call reversed. Brandon Belt on deck. We are in the third inning. Miller Park packed. I bet you they were tailgating like crazy before the game. Panic with a base hit up the middle. Right past the diving Segura.
Stay hot, kid.
And that'll bring up Brandon Belt.
Just right back up the middle. It looked like Nelson tried to clip it with his foot.
I think it hit his foot.
Gene Segura, who's been playing a great shortstop of late, not able to get to it.
Although I think it hit his foot. It's coming from the same guy that thought Pence was out.
we have like a disclaimer in everything we say now.
Belt struck out in the first. And he takes a good rip and he fouls it off the backstop.
It's a very live ballpark. Carry from foul pole to foul pole. And it's got a center field that's built for triples. And that was by design when they set this place up.
Belt center field, but it looks like it's right at Gomez, and that's going to end the inning. No runs, a couple of hits, 2 left. Weeks, Segura, and Nelson coming up.
Sportsnet Bay Area is brought to you by Supercuts. Rock the cut.
It's a 0-0 ball game. It'll be Weeks, Segura, and Nelson against Lincecum. Weeks hitting .247. He's one of those big swing guys. Doesn't play all the time. Used to be the everyday second baseman for the Brewers. Used to be their leadoff hitter. Pretty good pitch, but call the ball. 1 ball and 1 strike.
That's where you want to pitch him. You want to crowd him in the hands. Extremely strong hitter, and really one of the biggest physical second basemen we've seen. He is built like a running back. Power to all fields.
Taps this one. Lincecum flips it to Belt, and a quick out here in the 3rd. And here's Segura. Segura hitting .234.
Big drop off in the numbers offensively this year for Segura. Last year he hit .294. They say defensively he's playing the best he's ever played, and he's a good shortstop. But you know, I always like that about a player who was having a down year offensively when he would have his best year defensively.
Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike.
And it just tells you a lot about a guy. It says that he knows he's not hitting. He's going to try and make up for it another way. And Segura has done that this year.
On the ground towards the hole. Crawford on the backhand. From one shortstop to another. 2 down. And that'll bring up Jimmy Nelson. Sounds like a country western. Jimmy Nelson, maybe.
Jimmy Nelson and the Road Apples. The Milwaukee County Fair tonight and every night this week.
Doesn't look like he'd want to arm wrestle him.
He's a big fella. 6'5", 250.
And he's got his 2nd hit of the year and the 1st hit of the game. After Pence thought about throwing him out, but Belt forgot to cover. I don't think they had a shot at throwing him out, but you still have to be aware of it. Actually, Belt was over there. He gave up the position once he saw that Pence was not going to throw.
Let's take a look. Nelson?
He thought about it.
He sure did. You look.
Here's Gomez. Gomez hits one high and deep. Perez back at the wall. Gone. And that's a 2-run home run, and it's 2-0 Milwaukee.
Home run number 16 for Gomez. And it comes on a first pitch breaking ball. And I think you're going to see a lot of Brewers sit on that stuff. They're going to look off speed on Lincecum. And Gomez went up there looking for the breaking ball, got it, and knocked it right out of here.
So here's Parra.
I mean, think back about that at bat that Ryan Braun took when he struck out on 3 fastballs. I think he was up there sitting on off-speed stuff. And I think you're going to see a lot of guys do that against Lincecum.
the reaction. This ballpark is unforgiving. I don't think he got all that one either. It tells you how live this place is.
So a pitch in the dirt, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Two outs, 2 in. And it's 2-2. Braun waiting on deck. And the off-speed pitch is high, so it's 3-2. The home run given up by Lincecum is 15th of the year. And that'll end the inning on the strikeout. So damage done. Gomez hits his 16th after 3. It's 2-0 Milwaukee.
Is brought to you by the Solar Company. Not just any solar company. The Solar Company. Switch to solar and save.
It's 2-0 Milwaukee on the home run by Carlos Gomez, his 16th of the season. And now for the Giants, it'll be Sandoval, Blanco, and Crawford. So Sandoval coming up. He bounced out in the second. Nelson is allowed 3 hits. He's got a couple of strikeouts. So Nelson now looking for a shutdown inning. And the fastball is high. 1 ball and no strikes. Giants know the deal. Nelson is a rook. Gallardo tomorrow is not. Peralta is on Thursday. The Brewers have been living on Gallardo and Peralta for the last month. And the Giants get them on Wednesday and Thursday. There's Gallardo.
And he's getting his game face ready for tomorrow. Quality on it, one of the best curveballs in baseball.
Sandoval takes a pitch maybe low, 2 balls and 1 strike.
Not by much. He tried to backdoor that little slider, and he didn't miss by all. Well, maybe more than the width of a baseball. Nelson has definitely shown that he's got command of his stuff tonight.
Sandoval goes the other way, and it's going to be out of play. Two balls, 2 strikes. Sharply on the ground to Segura, and he kicks off his backhand, and Sandoval is going to be aboard.
Well, time to log on to csnbayarea.com and decide the player of the game. Your vote counts. Winner will be revealed during Giants post-game live, and you can follow the action on the diamond like never before with enhanced Bloomberg stats and more. Giants in-game live on csnbayarea.com. Log on right now and vote.
Blanco singled in the second.
They haven't ruled on that yet, have they?
No.
They got E6.
I got base hit. And the pitch is high. 1 ball and no strikes, and they've scored in an error.
Just 2 different perspectives. One from an old infielder, one from an old pitcher.
So it's 1-0 to Blanco. He pops it out of play. So this is the routine play that he kicked.
Well, it's a backhander to a big league shortstop. The ball came up on him, and I think that's the only reason he didn't make the play. But I think a big league shortstop or second baseman should make that play. But again, that's perspective from a pitcher.
1-1 to Blanco. Nice play by Jonathan Lucroy. 2 balls and 1 strike. Nelson now out of the stretch. This is the first time in the game the Giants have gotten their leadoff hitter on. Playing right there is Parra. 1 out.
All right, time for our AT&T U-verse Rewind. May 27th, 2011, right here at Miller Park. Brandon Crawford steps up and hits a grand slam in his major league debut off of Sean Markham. He did it in the 7th inning. The Giants would go on to win that ball game 5-4, and that was huge. They started playing a whole lot better, but that was the swing of the bat that jump-started everybody, and we kind of fell in love with Brandon Crawford that day.
Remember what happened the day before?
Yes, I do.
Here's Crawford. He hit a fly ball to center field. He swings and misses. No balls and 1 strike. See, one of 6 players in Major League Baseball to hit a grand slam in his debut.
Bobby Bonds, 1968. Bill Dougleby, first guy to ever do it.
Crawford fouls it back. It's 0-2.
And I do remember what happened.
I think it was the day before.
Maybe 2 days, because I think they got shut out after. We're talking about Buster Posey's injury that forced him to lose the rest of the year. Because I think they got beat 1-0 at home or something. And then they go to Milwaukee, and that was the swing of the bat that woke everybody up.
Got him.
Well, whatever his thought was, it was not the right thought. He winds up throwing fastball right through the strike zone at the knees.
So here's Perez. Perez bounced out to first to end the second. And he looks at a strike, and it's 0-1.
Two-seam fastball to open up on the inside corner. Mark Perez said when he first got up, he feels more comfortable against right-handers than he does left-handers. When a guy tells you something like that, it means he's been playing every day, which what he was doing when he got the call from Fresno. He was an everyday outfielder.
Probably not something you should tell the manager, though, when he's platooning you against lefties.
That's why you kind of keep those things to yourself.
Absolutely.
That was a while ago. He knows his role now, and when that happens, you take a lot of BP against lefties.
Pulls this one foul.
Whew, not by much. There are ball dudes here. Commando, no gloves. And they give them flapless helmets. Much better look than our ball dudes.
Yeah. So in one way, it's better here, but in a lot of ways, it's not.
That's right. So Sue Peterson, there's the ball, babe. See, now imagine if she had a double flapper on, it would look horrible. Sue Peterson, if you're listening back home, get rid of the double flap helmets for our ball dudes and our ball babes.
Perez is gone, and that'll end the inning. 4 strikeouts for Jimmy Nelson. It'll be Braun, Ramirez, and Lucroy, the beef, coming up.
Francisco Giants and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of San Francisco Baseball Associates, LLC.
Well, the 2014 Giant Race has a limited number of registrations still available before reaching its 3rd straight sellout. All finishers of the 2014 San Francisco Giant Race half marathon, 10K and 5K races will be awarded a medal featuring Lucille with replica Bat Kane autograph.
Hunter Pence, look out! Trigger Blanco, too much coffee.
Well, remember, the center fielder is the captain out there. So they got to talk it over. It's not the time of year to be having communication problems in the outfield. That happened. They're both called for it, and they were both yelling loudly. I mean, sometimes you just can't hear the other guy. Jets got lucky there.
Here's Ramirez, who rolls this one. The panic. Ramirez not thrilled with that at bat. You know, I knew that.
How's that?
Because he was hauling tail down the line.
Yes, he was. Another first pitch out.
There's hauling tail.
Yeah. Maybe dragon tail.
Could be that. Here's Jonathan Lucroy. Lucroy bounced out to Sandoval in the second. And he takes a strike.
Well, he should take a strike. There's been 2 pitches in this inning up until that pitch.
Yeah. I always hated to be that third guy, although I didn't mind taking pitches. Hit into the gap. Perez will pick it up, and that's a 2-out double.
And when Lucroy gets a hit, they all go, Luke, I am your father. He is a fan favorite here.
So here's Reynolds.
There you see the numbers. 3 for 22, a home run, 14 strikeouts. In his career, Reynolds 1,379 strikeouts. He has hit 221 home runs. And he's got as much power as anybody in baseball.
Indeed, he does.
His batting practice is epic. Extremely dangerous hitter.
Joe Panik doing a good job of holding Lucroy. 0-2. One of those guys where if you make good pitches to him, you're going to get him out. But my goodness, if you make a mistake soft, he's got a chance of just smoking it.
Oh, you're right. I mean, you can make him look like a fantasy camper the first 3 at bats, and that 4th at bat, he can hit one 500 feet, and he wins.
1 for 5, 4 strikeouts, and a big fly.
No disrespect to fantasy campers. Some of my favorite people. But if a fantasy camper were to get an at bat in the big leagues, I don't know how good he'd look. I'm just saying.
I think we know. Got him, and that'll end the inning. 6 strikeouts for Lincecum. For the Giants, Susac, Lincecum, Pence coming up.
For you to tweet your photo using hashtag CSNBAFanPhoto, your full name and hometown for a chance to have it shown in an upcoming game broadcast. Brought to you by AT&T. This is Emily from Fresno.
for Minley. This is her gamer babe Harper. So Harper Atai, you look good in black and orange, kid. Nice going. That's your AT&T fan photo. And Emily, thank you for sharing. Here it's 2-0 Brewers. We're at the top of the 5th inning. It's been a very fast-paced game. Both pitchers throwing strikes. Just the 1-2-run swing of the bat from Carlos Gomez. His 16th home run of the year has been the difference in this ball game.
So here's Andrew Susak, who hit a slow roller to Aramis Ramirez, and Ramirez threw him out. Lincecum to follow. 1 ball and no strikes. Susak now 1 for 9 in the big leagues. And tight 2-0. Field straight away for Andrew Susak.
Pretty normal to see a straightaway shift with a young hitter who's only got a few at bats in the big leagues.
Hit on the ground to Segura.
Doesn't take long for a league to plug into your swing time. However, I mean, usually about 30 to 50 at bats, and they got you dialed in. So it doesn't take 10 years of data to start to figure out a guy's tendencies. There's the rally banana.
Well, we've seen him here before, haven't we?
Oh, yeah.
I think he needs to drop that thing in the washing machine. What do you think?
You think?
Yeah.
Eee.
Lincecum trying to yank. Gets no balls in 1 strike. Nothing in 2 now to Tim Lincecum.
Tardy on that high fastball across the letters.
Really, number of pitches isn't an issue. It's 55 for Nelson. Lincecum is out swinging. And that'll bring up Hunter Pence.
5 strikeouts on the night for Nelson. And a lot of his strikeouts have been with fastballs.
Here's Hunter Pence, an infield hit in the 3rd. And he's out in front, and it's no balls. And 1 strike.
I tell you, that is a tight little slider. Doesn't have to be big to be impressive up here. The later it breaks, the harder it breaks. That's what's important. And of course, location, always important.
Two outs, nobody on.
Brewers like Nelson's stuff. The one thing that they think he has to do is start to get a little more belief in the changeup to give him that 3rd speed. For the most part, it's fastball with 2 types of grip and a slider. And they think if he could come up with a changeup that he could have the confidence in to throw it in a fastball count, then he could be a dominant starter. Ron Renicky, Brewers skipper. Excited about this kid stuff, though.
In tight to Pence, and it's 3-2.
They like his fastball. They like his toughness. He's got a little mean streak in him. He will pitch inside. And you have to like that slider. It's a good one. So a changeup, which would be a third speed for him. Look out.
Hence rolls another one. Ramirez, double clutch, throw. And this time they got him, and that'll end the inning. Let's coming out. It'll be Ricky Weeks to lead things off. MLB teams and 2014 players. Get the retro 2-button style baseball game you've been missing. Visit RBIGame.com for more details. Download today on your console and mobile device. Here's Weeks. And a strike to Ricky Weeks. You know that guy, Tom Rochelle, who gets us from one destination to another. In other words, he'll get us from Milwaukee to Kansas City on Thursday. Part of our United group.
Yeah,
he's a good man.
He really is.
Up and into Weeks as that one got away from Lincecum.
Does a lot to make sure the Giants get where they're going on time. Here's a fastball that gets up and definitely gets the attention of Ricky Weeks. Look out, Ricky.
Two balls and one strike.
Weeks is on top of the plate.
Two and two.
And he looks to lift. He always has. I mean, when you have that kind of power, you're going to do it. The problem with Weeks over the years here in Milwaukee, he's just had to hit it for a high enough average.
Yeah, and he could sometimes go through a rough spell defensively as well. And a full count now to Ricky Weeks with Segura on deck.
Easy take there, and that's the one that drives pitchers crazy. You get a guy to do a two strike count, 0-2, 1-2, 2-2. You have a chance to go out of the strike zone. If it's close to the strike zone, a guy will go out and chase, but if it's that wide, that's an easy take.
Three balls and two strikes. And Weeks off the glove of Sandoval. And Sandoval may have slowed this down just enough for it to be a double, and it is.
Now, the type of third base that Sandoval has played this year has really been Gold Glove caliber.
And you think if he can't get it, it can't be got. That's the feeling you have if you're a Giants fan. That's how good he's been. And this one rakes and comes up high to a backhand. And the high backhander is the toughest play there is. He goes over and he can't quite get to it in time. And once it hits his glove, it slows down. It's going to be an easy two-bagger. So just like that, nobody out. They get a runner in score position.
And now you got to keep an eye on Weeks that he doesn't try to steal third. Segura bounced out to Crawford in the third inning. And that fastball is high. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. The hit by Weeks gives the Brewers 4. And of course the big hit, the one that left the park, by Gomez. 3 of the 4 hits for Milwaukee have been extra base hits. In the dirt, 1 and 2.
Ricky Weeks has a huge lead at second base. Now Lincecum came set, gave 1 look to Weeks. And he's the first guy I ever saw give no look. And really, that can screw a guy up. You just can't give all kinds of no looks. In other words, you can't just come set 4 or 5 times in a row and not look at the runner. And he's done that that was the younger part of his career.
So Lincecum twice just does that little spin move to keep Weeks at least aware that he knows he's out there. Got him. 7 strikeouts for Lincecum.
Well, Segura takes a look back at Tom Hyatt. I don't know why, but this is right there. It's not like the first low strike that's been called low, and has been called a strike tonight. And really, that wasn't that low.
You know, Jimmy Nelson, a 2-out base hit in the third, and that didn't hurt Lincecum. What hurt him was Gomez got to hit, and he hit a home run.
Susac started up the signs and had a little miscommunication, so he started it up again.
And that foul got Susac.
Now let's take a look and see where it got him.
Like 5 different places. Yeah, right on the ribs.
Ribs, and it bounced off the leg.
You notice that all that padding didn't touch the padding.
No, it didn't get close to it. You know, the guy gets hit like that. What's the difference between getting hit like that and getting hit by a pitch? Nothing.
Not a thing.
10 seconds, shake it off. You're a catcher. Let's go. If you are not tough, do not apply for the job of big league catcher. So that time he did go. Got to respect Nelson after what he did his first at bat. Had a nice clean single to right field. So 2 times Lincecum has shaken off the signs, and they're going to start him again.
Got him.
So he goes after him with a changeup. Strikeout number 8 for Lincecum.
So here's Gomez. Gomez struck out in the first inning, and then on the first pitch knocked one over the wall in left field.
That was the first pitch breaking ball too. It was in the get it in pitch. He kind of left it up. Something you will do on a first pitch just to get strike one, but he was sitting on it.
And this one is hit foul and hard down the left field line.
Liska comes right back, says, "You're not taking that pitch away from me." This is the location of the pitch in the third inning. He was laying in the bushes for it. It had a little elevation, and here it goes. And when you hit a home run here, Bernie Brewer goes down the slide.
Susak is going to get to it, and he got a grip on it. He might have had an outside chance of throwing out Weeks.
Ball goes down, kicks off to the left. Susak sees it, does a 360. If he gets a grip, he's got a chance. And it's a do or die play for a catcher.
And a bunt. And this is going to score a run. So Gomez has all the runs batted in this game.
All right, when a guy hits a home run off you, you're not thinking he's going to drop a bunt down on you. See Sandoval played way back. The Giants were not thinking of this at all, and Gomez saw the opening and took advantage of it with an absolutely perfect drag bunt. Wow. That's impressive.
So here's Parra.
And now you got to pay attention because he will steal. And he likes to go early in the count.
He's got 22. He's been thrown out 4 times. And he goes. And this is lifted to left for Perez. And that'll end the inning. A run on 2 hits, 1 left. We will head to the 6th. It's 3-0 Milwaukee.
Matt Cain talking it over with Buster Posey. And earlier today, Cain in the outfield. Just shagging balls and really Going to get back to San Francisco Monday and have the bone chips taken out of his arm by Giants orthopedic surgeon Dr. Ken Akazuki. His season is over. And it's hard to see the big guy on the shelf. A lot of innings. You're going to have some chips. They're going to take it out. It'll be about a 3-month recovery. He'll be ready for spring. But he is an athlete that was sorely missed in that rotation.
Indeed, indeed. Here's Panic. Giants need to get something going here in the 6th. This is the spot in the lineup where you'd want to get something going. Remember, no Morris, no Posey. 2-0.
Giants need base runners.
And it's high, says Tom Hallion. It's 3-0. A walk would be good. And he pours in a strike to make it 3-1. Belt, and then Sandoval, and a line drive to right, and that'll be a base hit. As Braun knocks it down, and Panic's aboard with his second hit.
And that average is starting to climb. Up to 247 now. Start of yesterday's ball game, Joe Panic was hit 203. 5 hits later, he's up to 247. Pitch is up. Just a quick short stroke.
So here's Belt. Belt struck out in the first and then lined out to center field in the third. Belt left center field. Can anybody get there? They cannot. Off the bottom of the wall. And they're going to hold up Panic. And it's a double for Belt.
Well, that's an impressive swing of the bat. Very similar to the one he hit his first at bat since coming off the concussion disabled list in New York. Only there was an amazing play that was made on it.
Bruce Bochy's coming out.
See, Panic right there had to swing wide around Aramis Ramirez. And Bruce Bochy making a point out of it. See Panic right now coming in. Now he's got to swing out wide. And that really prevented him from scoring. I don't know if Flannery would have sent him anyway down 3-0. Why don't you make a point? You know the guy's doing it on purpose. I mean, that is kind of a veteran move by an infielder at third base. So the umpires will watch that from now on. That I can guarantee.
Here's Sandoval. Sandoval fouls it back. It's no balls and 1 strike. Bullpen now starting to move around for Milwaukee. At least there's a bunch of guys look like they're doing some type of Navy SEALs drills out there.
Well, that's the book on Milwaukee. You want to get into their bullpen. Yep. You got to get loose.
Smokes. Sandoval on the ground foul. It's 0-2. Blanco's on deck. to right. Drawn back. It is out of here. And this game is tied. The Panda does it again, and this one came, I don't know, 2-pitch. He tried to elevate the fastball, and it didn't work.
3 RBIs yesterday. He does it again with one swing of the bat here. And just like that, Rich Kranitz, the pitching coach for the Brewers, going to come out and try to calm Nelson down. Just 1, 2, 3. Single, double, home run. You talk about lighting up a bench. And let's look at the mistake. It was up. They set up away. It goes middle in, right across the letters. And Sandoval knows as soon as it leaves his bat, he's got home run number 13, RBIs 50, 51, and 52. See ya. High, majestic, just the way my partner likes him. Double decker.
So here's Blanco. Blanco, 1 for 2. And he swings and misses. Second home, or make that third home run that Nelson is allowed.
$14 for his last 26 with runners in scoring position.
Here's the 1-1, and Blanco hits one sharply at Ramirez, and Blanco's gone.
Hey, his at-bats have been really good of late. He's dialed. He's got a nice swing going and a lot of loud contact coming off his barrelhead.
So here's Crawford. Crawford flied out in the second, struck out looking in the fourth.
Think he'd be fun to play with?
He would.
Yep, the home run guys sit next to each other. Talk about the pitch they saw, the swing they put on it, and how cool it was to run the bags.
Low to Crawford, 2 balls and 1 strike. Crawford shoots it on the ground, and Weeks, he's got it at second, and he'll throw him out.
Right now, Jimmy Nelson's not fooling anybody. Every ball hit this inning has been a bullet.
And here's Perez. Perez has bounced out and struck out. Andrew Susak's on deck. Slowly hit to Reynolds, and Reynolds will slide to the bag to beat the sliding Perez. And that will end the inning. So the Panda ties it up. A 3-run home run. It's bye-bye, baby. It's 3-3.
Is brought to you by Heffernan Insurance Brokers, offering business and personal insurance, employee benefits, and financial services. Visit us at hefins.com and by Xfinity, home of the most live sports.
Well, Panda ball and his 3-run home run, and it's a tie ball game here in Milwaukee. Here's the race.
I love the weenie race. Ty's jumping out in front. Chorizo right behind. All-American right behind Chorizo. And Chorizo coming from behind.
Maria Jacinto, $20.
She's going to be so psyched up.
She picked Chorizo.
She always picks Chorizo.
She does. Here's Braun, who takes a strike. New life for Lincecum. Braun is 0 for 2. And he takes the next pitch down low.
Chorizo was the last guy to round out the 5-some. For the longest time, they wouldn't let him win.
He was an add-on.
Now he's one of the boys.
Sandoval's got it from deep third. His throw! Got him! He's doing it all, folks. And what a nice play.
Well, and I think he likes this play because he gets a chance to show off his arm. And he's got a good one. Now, Ryan Braun runs well. And he knew he had to get up, set up quickly on that back leg. Right on the line, plant, right over the top. See ya. That's the big leagues.
And someday you know what he's going to do, right? He's going to take that glove off and throw it with the left hand.
I don't know if he's his left arm. Well, he is left-handed. Originally, he was a left-hander. He learned to throw right-handed because he wanted to play the right-handed positions. Catcher, shortstop, third base.
You've seen his curveball left-handed?
Well, he can stand at home plate at AT&T and throw it McCovey Cove left-handed. Amazing athlete. And there you see the best fielding percentage amongst third basemen. And if the Gold Glove Award was voted today, he would be the winner. I'm convinced of it. What we've seen this year. And now statistics are starting to back that claim up. That is not a biased opinion. He has been stellar with the glove at third base this year.
And that's when you're happy, if you're Susac, that Ramirez didn't swing at that pitch.
2 strikes. You got to try and get a body in front of it in case the guy does swing at it.
Hit on the ground, and Ramirez is a base hit. Totally hit away from the defense.
That's the kind of hit you get when you're hot. Just take a little off and just kind of poke, cover, and look at the defense who's stacked up on a pull side. And he goes right in the gap between first and second.
Here's Jonathan Lucroy, who doubled into the left center field gap in the 4th. And he looks at a strike. The line score the same, with the exception Milwaukee has committed an error. Hit well to center. It had the right sound. Blanco back, and it's off the top of the wall. Blanco's going to pick it up, and they're going to hold Ramirez. And the Giants catch a break.
Boy, do they ever. And they did have the sound, and there's lots of carry in every part of this ballpark. And Lucroy, who's already got 1 double, comes about 2 feet away from knocking one out of here. Maybe 6 inches. So it immediately sets up a strikeout situation for Tim Lincecum,
which he's pretty comfortable at. So Reynolds struck out twice. Takes down low. Nice play by Susac. Ramirez at third. Lucroy at second. And a shot to Crawford. Crawford will dig it out and throw out Reynolds. Nice play.
Boy, you don't get a lot of time when it comes off the barrelhead of Reynolds. I mean, even ground balls got steam on it. But really a tip for young infielders: when you have a runner at third base, less than 2 outs, a ball hit to you, you've got to look the runner back and watch Brandon Crawford pick it, look him back, and complete the play. He knew he had time. The ball hit so sharply, and Reynolds has average speed at best. Big out.
Not out of the woods yet. Here's Ricky Weeks.
There was no way you could go on contact if you were Aramis Ramirez on that one. No time.
So here's Weeks. Weeks is 1 for 2. He doubled to open up the 5th. Down low, 1-0. Remember, this inning started out with Pablo Sandoval making a great play on the ball hit by Ryan Braun.
It looked like he was an FBI agent talking to Central Command.
Ooh. High.
Well, remember, Hines' strike zone is low. I mean, you're going to get more knees than you are belts, and that's one that Lincecum obviously wanted. Weeks has had good at bats against Lincecum, and the guy on deck, Segura, has not. He has an open base here, so he has to be smart with his pitch. It does not have to be laid in there. Good pitch. And one thing we know about the Brewers, they will swing 3-0. If they think a guy's having good balanced swings against the pitcher, they'll turn him loose. And Weeks has had good. He's had his feet under every swing he's taken against Lincecum.
And the walk.
Man, no problem with that. And neither did Dave Righetti, I'm sure.
First walk issued by Lincecum.
85 pitches on the night for Lincecum, and with that, they're going to get Juan Gutierrez up. And a night like tonight, 10 pitches, he'll have a fastball established. It won't take him long.
Segura is bounced out to short, and Lincecum struck him out looking in the 5th. Ooh, it's a high foul down the right field line and out of play.
But right at him, and I think strike one is so important when you have the bases loaded. So now he's got 2 pitches where he can corner pitch with him. Ooh. Look out. It's a scary thing about going inside with the bases loaded. It just might hit a guy.
One and one to Segura. Got to come in. 2 balls and 1 strike.
You're right. Those are the 2 pitches away from the strike zone. He didn't help you out, so now you got to get after him. This is where you have to compete.
Crawford side retired, so Lincecum pitches through it. Brewers leave him loaded. 7th inning coming up. Susak's going to lead things off. A lot of these game summaries have to do with Pablo Sandoval, Lincecum, and Nelson. You can see what they've done. Sandoval, that's right, 1 for 3, a 3-run home run to tie the game. Gomez has 3 RBIs, He also has a home run in this game. Lincecum's night, it appears to be over with, because Travis Ishikawa is on deck. Lincecum's been doing this for a while. You saw him behind the mound trying to figure out a little bit of his motion.
Well, I thought he pitched well tonight. Gave up 3 runs and 7 hits in 6 innings, 8 strikeouts, and just the 1 walk, and it was a smart walk.
So here's Susac. Great spot to be in. He can only get a win.
You're right. He gets a win or a no decision.
Susac is bounced out twice. And he bounces this one up the middle. Segura's got time, and he'll throw him out. And here's Ishikawa. Lincecum's still working on it.
You know, it's amazing how when you're trying to find your rhythm, you'll be walking through the mall and you'll come across a full-length mirror. You'll stop at Nordstrom's and you're going through your motion. What's great is your wife will just stand there and let you reel off about 10 times to your windup, and then when you're time to go, she won't even bat an eye.
Ishikawa hits one very high into right center field.
He just missed that one.
And Gomez is going to put it away. And here's Hunter Pence.
Such is the life of a big leaguer and a big league wife. Hitters do the same thing. Stand in front of a mirror and get in a batter stance, take their stride. Hysterical.
Pence is 1 for 3. He's hit 3 balls on the ground, 1 he beat out. I'm going to take a guess that at the end of the season, when they look at all of the replays, that Hunter Pence was in the top 5 as far as calls at first base on infield hits, as far as taking another look at it.
Well, you're right. I mean, the guy routinely gets very close on ground balls. I mean, it's never a comfortable play for an infield because of the hustle that he puts on. And this one is a heat seeker, almost runs into it. Comes right back into it.
Now this might be a spirited swing here. Although I wouldn't see him get mad too often. And a walk.
It sets up a steal situation. And when a guy throws 2 up there close by your dome, that will give you an extra 0.2 of a second when you're trying to steal.
So here's Panik. Panik has 2 singles. It comes after striking out in the first inning. Pence leaning. He's got 10 steals. He's been thrown out 4 times.
One thing we've been impressed with tonight with Nelson is he's been pretty quick out the stretch.
Yeah.
Average time is 1.25 seconds, and he's been under that for most of the night.
Panik's hit the little pop up to left, and coming in is Parra, and that's going to end the inning. No runs, a walk, 1 left. Giants have a new pitcher. It's 3-3. game, we also have a new pitcher. And when that happens, when it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and brake experts.
Gene Machi, the new pitcher now for Bruce Bochy, 50th time that he's come in. He's a perfect 6-0 with a 1.55 ERA. For Machi, a low to mid-90s fastball, slider, and a forkball. And nobody's really hitting this guy. The league hit .212 against him. And what an asset to have when you have a guy like this who's equally effective against lefties as he is against righties. And because of that, he's climbed right up that ladder of the bullpen this year, and he's a late inning guy. Plus, he's got something that Bruce Bochy loves, and that's a swing and miss pitch, and that would be the forkball.
So Machi will face the pinch hitter, Lyle Overbay. So nice job tonight by Jimmy Nelson. I was impressed.
Yeah, he threw the ball well.
Here's Overbay hitting at .230. Always a pretty good hitter. As the first pitch from Machi is down low.
Product of the University of Nevada in Reno. He's had a nice career. He's been around.
And a strike. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Overbay in his 12th year at the big league level, came up with Arizona, went to Milwaukee in 2004 and 2005, then on to Toronto, Pittsburgh, back to Arizona, back to Atlanta, last year with the Yankees, and now back with the Brewers. And it really tells you a lot about a guy when teams bring him back. It's happened to him twice in his career.
2 balls and a strike.
I think that's a compliment to a guy if you look back and see where he traveled throughout his career.
Absolutely.
A lot of people think that when Overbay's done playing, he's going to go right into the coaching corps. Someday he might manage.
Well, if you have enough stops along the way, you have more opportunities.
Well, you need a lot more people.
Absolutely.
Spend your whole career in one organization, you know, your group of friends is going to be a small circle.
Well, foul. Machi replaces Lincecum.
All those camera guys got the same look. You ever notice that?
Yeah, they do.
Look like they just got out of bed. They're going to clean the garage. That's what they're dressed for.
Sandoval will head over, but I believe this one's in the seats, and it is. It remains 2-2.
Well, there's so many baseballs down there that everybody's got one, it looks like. He's doing the pop-up dance in this chair.
So it stays at 2-2 to Overbay. Crawford. He gets got him. And a nice play by Brandon Crawford.
Oh boy. Lyle Overbay has got to be a little ticked off about that one. We're going to make that our fourth right choice, and why not? This is defensive brilliance. Once it gets past Machi, it gets slowed down a bit once it hits the mound, but because of that, it forms a short hop, and Crawford swiping on a do or die, slides into it, straightens up, and from the side shoots him down. That is a nice play.
Here's Gomez.
It's the big leagues.
Gomez cues this one right back to Machi. 2 outs. And here's Parra. Parra is 0 for 3. He's bounced out, struck out, and flied out. Fly ball. Deep right field. Pence back. Gone. And the Brewers retake the lead.
You can tell the way he left the box that he thought he got it. Middle in, had a little height to it, and he just takes care of the location mistake. And that's the sound you don't want to hear when you're on the mound.
So here's Braun. Well, not in this park. I mean, at San Francisco, that's an OUT. If you get a little something behind it here, it's going to go.
5 yard to all fields. Great place to hit. Well, there's 2 guys down with this one. That ball hit Braun. It was a fork ball, but it carried off and hit Susak. George, the first base coach, talking about it. Fork ball, it just gets up there and drifts into his thigh, and it goes right into the neck of Susak.
He's had a tough night.
He really has. The reaction from Machi. Not happy. You're not going to hit a guy with a fork ball. He's got a great hitter up there. He just gave up a run to fall behind by a run. So you try and overthrow a fork, and you wind up having to go into the hitter. Last thing you want to do is hit him. And Braun's a guy who can steal a base on you, so you have to pay attention. And they're usually highly motivated after they get hit. Although as hot as Aramis Ramirez is, I don't know if Ron Renicky wants Braun to go. They want Ramirez to swing the bat with a runner on. Ramirez has been the hottest Brewer the last week.
The home run that Machi gave up to Parra, only the second this year. Brendan Phillips got him in June. That's to the backstop. Bruce Bochy's trying to figure out what's going on. So now in scoring position is Braun.
Now you got to be very careful here. As we talked about, Ramirez very hot, had the count 2-0. Cannot give in to him here with an open base. That's a good pitch. It's exactly what you're looking for. And he wants to knock that run in. He knows he's hot. And Ramirez has always been a guy that will expand. Anything in the strike zone here is a mistake.
Three and one.
Good pitch. You walk him, so what? Now, I know Lucroy's got 2 doubles tonight, and he's been hot, but he's not been the hottest guy on the team. And really, when you think about it, you got third base open when he steps in the batter's box. So if you're Machi, you just try and nibble on that strike zone. And don't get into it deep.
And that's pulled foul.
Fork ball had it way out front.
Three and two to Ramos Ramirez. Got him to end the inning. Parra's home run gives the Brewers the lead. We'll head to the 8th. It's 4-3 Milwaukee. That's a Friday night. That's a 7:15 Orange Friday. The Saturday game is a 1:05 start, and the first 40,000 fans are going to receive a Virgin America flight voucher. That's good. And then on Sunday, the very next day, a 1:05 start, and the first 20,000 fans are going to receive Giants trading cards presented by Coca-Cola. Seats are available for all 3 games. Visit sfgiants.com. When it's time for a change, things speedy. Oil change and auto service. Your oil change, tune-up, and brake experts.
Will Smith, the new pitcher now for Milwaukee. You take a look at what he has done in 57 games, having a solid season. 66 strikeouts in 49 2/3 innings. A lot of walks, however, 24. And you say, how does he do it? He's got a good fastball that'll go low to mid-90s. Got a couple of types of breaking ball, curveball, slider, and throw a changeup at you.
And it'll be Belt, and then Sandoval, and then Blanco. Remember, they have Buster Posey on the bench. He's available. Michael Morris is available. And Belt takes a strike.
Will Smith, 6'5", 250-pounder. From Noonan, Georgia. His second year at the big league level. Eric Cooper, third base umpire, says no swing.
Belt doubled in the 6th. Two balls and one strike. Almost getting ready. And that's driven foul down the right field line. You got a fastball that's 2-2.
Nice play. She caught that with her bag of popcorn. It's impressive. Easier to bring your mitt, though.
Popped them up. Weeks will put it away. Sandoval hit a home run to tie the game in the 6th inning.
Fastball up. Location mistake, and he does what you're supposed to do when a pitcher misses up. And that was a huge swing of the bat. Tied it up. Got Tim Lincecum off the hook.
So here's the Panda. When I see a left-hander that wears number 13, I think of Mark Davis.
You do. He wore it well.
Two balls and no strikes. Now Blanco has left the on-deck circle. It is Morse. Staying away from Sandoval.
It looked like Will Smith's too happy about that 3-0 count. Sometimes you're mad at the umpire, sometimes you're just flat out mad at yourself.
Well, that wasn't close.
An easy take and a 4-pitch walk. So Ron Renicki's going to wait until Michael Morris is announced. Got Jeremy Jeffress in the bullpen, the right-hander, heated up. So Morris announced, and here comes the skipper. We're going to have a new pitcher.
So here in the 8th inning, new pitcher coming in. Smith will depart. Morris is coming up. that Bay Area. It'll be game 2 of the series. And we'll be here, and we want you to join us as well. Into Kansas City, then, and then home for the White Sox. A 4-3 lead for the Brewers here in the 8th.
New pitcher now for Milwaukee will be the right-hander Jeremy Jeffress. Take a look at the numbers. 9 games, 0-1 with a 5.19 ERA, 16 hits and 3 walks in 8 2/3. He throws rockets. You're going to see mid to high 90s fastball with a curveball. Former first-round pick by the Brewers. He got dealt to Kansas City and brought Greinke over here to Milwaukee. Then he went up in Toronto this April. They outright him. The Brewers picked him back up, so he's back in their organization. They've always liked him.
Somebody outrighted a guy that throws rockets.
Well, he's mid to high 90s.
Morris fouls it back. It's no balls and 1 strike.
That was 1-on-1 right there. Jeffress, 26 years old, 6'1", 205-pounder. A little over a year and a half experience at the big league.
And that fastball is down low. So Sandoval, a 1-out walk. Now Morris batting for Blanco. Low again. 2 balls and 1 strike.
3 pitches, 3 fastballs, and you saw the hit 16 and 8 2/3. But it gives you an idea of what's been going on in the Brewers bullpen. I mean, they're beat up. They've lost some arms due to injury. They've been overworked. So when they brought Jeffress into the mix, they said, hey, we need you. And they're using him.
Right now, having trouble throwing a strike. It's 3-1. Morris will look for a pitch here, and remember, he's just as much power to right center as he does to left center. Three and 2.
And that was 98-mile-an-hour sink. That ball just bottomed out. Now, Michael Morris was going to pull the trigger on it. He had a 3-1 count. That's hitter leverage. That thing started off the knees and just died at 98 miles an hour. Wow.
Three and 2. And the walk.
And an easy take.
So a rally for free here in the 8th. Lucroy goes out to have a word. Crawford is 0 for 3. He did hit the ball hard in the 6th inning, only to have Weeks take a hit away from him by a nice play going to his left.
Well, that meeting at the mound from Lucroy is 100% pep talk. Basically saying, you're throwing 98. What are you nibbling for? Which is a pretty good question.
Outside to Crawford, 1-0.
And right away, Crawford with count leverage here. And you know what he's going to sit on? 98.
So Rick Granitz is out. this is going to be a 3-game series here in Milwaukee. We're probably going to see Kranitz a few more times.
A lot.
And sometime I want you to read his lips, because I think you could do it.
Well, that one right there was easy. Challenge somebody.
See if he challenges Crawford right here. Two and 0.
Well, you know it's grinded on the Brewers. Is the one thing you never want to do if you're a pitcher is walk a guy into third base with less than 2 outs.
Out of play, so Crawford does get a pitch to hit. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Buster Posey's ready to go. 2-1 to Crawford. Crawford down the left field line. Parra moving over, and Parra is going to make a terrific sliding catch.
Wow, he has been a difference maker in tonight's ball game.
Has he ever?
Hitting home runs and give his team a 1-run lead, and comes up now with the defensive play of the night in the outfield. Ball slicing away from him, and he wasn't playing in the normal left field position. He had to come a long way, and when he catches up to it, it's in foul territory. That's a brilliant play. Wow. And look at the concentration. He never blinks. Slides right into it to protect himself.
You know, the sad part is I thought he was going to catch it the whole time.
I mean, we've seen too much of him in Arizona. A Gold Glover in that outfield, and he looked like one there. What a play.
So here's Buster Posey. And the pitch is a high strike, and it's 0-1.
So Lucroy, knowing the reputation of Posey on the fastball, calls the first breaking ball of the night from Jeffress and gets a strike with it.
One and 1 to Buster Posey. 2 balls and 1 strike.
2 outs. I really don't know why they don't even walk him. As hot as Posey has been, if they're pitching to him, they're doing the Giants a favor here. And Lucroy wanted it. Lucroy held that target a long time, and Hallions have a little conversation with him. And Lucroy's looking over Renicky right now, and he can't believe he's not getting the 4 fingers to walk him. Just a wee bit low.
Out of play. 3-2 now to Buster Posey.
98 mile an hour, and he was late. But you know what? Jeffress is going to think that if he's late on that, I can do it again. But think back to how this at-bat started, with Lucroy throwing a first pitch breaking ball. And Buster Posey will guess at an at-bat, and he's not going to guess breaking ball.
Three and 2. Got him. And that'll end the inning. It remains 4-3 Milwaukee.
A fastball off balance and waves right through it. And the Brewers escape the inning. Buster Posey stays in the game. He's at first base now. There's Buster Posey. Michael Morris in the game. He's in the left field. Hunter Pence moves to center field, and Brandon Belt is over in right field. So we have not seen this defense before.
Wasn't the way they wrote it up in March in Scottsdale, but when you got one shot, at least Bruce Bochy thought he had that shot in the 8th. You give it your best shot, and he did.
Belt has not been in the outfield since 2011, or at least in right field, rather. Last time Hunter Pence saw center field was his rookie year, 2007. And you know what, guy? That's the kind of thing that a guy likes to do.
Are you kidding?
It's fun. Besides, he's Spartacus. He can do whatever he wants.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's Spartacus. Hunter Pence.
Machi has to come in 3-0. It's 3-1. So here's Reynolds. Reynolds is 0 for 3. The Brewers would love to add on here in the 8th. And Reynolds takes a strike, and it's 0-1.
There's the closer, Francisco Rodriguez. K-Rod having a good year for these Brewers. See him fix that forkball in his fingers. The difference between a forkball and a split finger is that a forkball sits deeper in your grip. Split finger fastballs will be out more towards your fingertips, and they're easier to control because of that. Forkball won't have as much spin, and when it's on, it's a nasty pitch, but it's a bit more difficult to control because it isn't on your fingertips. But it is the pitch that got Machi into the big leagues.
And he throws it a lot.
Well, he's in a good position to let one go here. But do not hang anything to Reynolds.
In tight, it's 1-2. Overshift is on. You don't see the overshift on the other side of the diamond very often, but there you see it against Reynolds. It's one of the few times that the second baseman is going to take the throw from everybody on a double play, no matter where it's hit.
You see, I hadn't even considered that. That's why I like working with an old second baseman. He sees that stuff.
One and 2 to Reynolds. Lucroy goes. Susak's throw is in time. They got him. Nice pick by Panic.
Wow. Well, if you're going to miss as a catcher, miss low. Give your middle infielder a chance. But the Brewers are going to look at this one because they don't believe it. Alan Porter, the umpire at second base. And I don't know if Lucroy ever got to the bag.
Call back.
So we're not going to see the Brewers take a look at it. And look at the knee from Panic. I mean, he blocked off the bag. I mean, that's not a good habit to get into.
The only thing I could think of, Mike, is because he had to do some different things to try to actually catch the ball out of the dirt.
Yeah.
I think it probably threw his footwork off, and that's how he ended up.
Well, Lucroy does him a favor. He could have cut him up.
Oh, absolutely. He did still spike him in the foot. That's that right foot of Joe Panic.
Well, some things you got to learn the hard way.
That foul.
But you do not want to make a steady habit of that.
Weeks is on deck for the Giants in the top of the ninth. They'll have Andrew Susak to lead things off. Crawford gets another one hit hard by Reynolds, and he'll throw him out.
I gotta believe it. Brandon Crawford had a new glove out there tonight on 2 ground balls that Reynolds has hit. That sucker's broken in.
Broken in on 2 balls hit to him.
Because he has brought 2 flames at him. And this is the second one tonight. Crawford gathers it in all the time in the world after you catch that thing.
The first one was with the infield in. So here's Weeks. Weeks takes a pitch high and wide.
Talked about Pitts. Hadn't played center field since 2007. In 2007 with Houston, he played 95 games out there. Had Bell on the other hand.
Yeah, you compare that to Bell.
10 innings, almost 11.
If you remember, a couple of years back, Belt in left field came stumbling in on a pop-up, and he became the baby giraffe that night. Now if you go to AT&T Park, you see a few of those on people's heads.
I think you and I have a couple of them.
1-2. We went to St. Louis after that, and just kind of wonder how the family's going to feel. How's the wife going to feel about a couple of old ball players calling their husband a baby giraffe? She laughed harder than anybody, Haley did. Weeks is out, and so are the Brewers, and now we'll go to the 9th. Susac, pinch hitter Pence coming up.
All right, time now for our Honda player of the game. We think Jimmy Nelson, the starting pitcher for these Brewers, was outstanding. First time the Giants have seen Nelson. He went 7 strong, allowed 3 runs, 1 walk, struck out 5. And he is in line to be the winning pitcher of this game if the Brewers can close this out against the Giants. And he is our Honda player of the game.
When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and brake experts.
Francisco Rodriguez in now to try and close it out. He's got 32 saves on the year and 36 opportunities. 53rd time he's come in. 4-4 with a 3.0 ERA. K-Rod still ringing up strikeouts, 60 and 51 innings against 10 walks. You're going to see a fastball, low 90s, curveball, and a lot of changeups. And he's never, ever going to give in to the fastball count.
So here's Susak. And it's no balls and 1 strike. Susak has bounced out 3 times. Now 1 for 11 in a Giants uniform. And he skies this one to right. And it's Braun moving over. And Braun will make the catch for out number 1. So here's Arias. Arias has faced Rodriguez 3 times. He's 1 for 3. And it looked like he was taking all the way as he bluffed a bunt.
First saw Frankie Rodriguez, he was throwing 95, 96 with the nastiest breaking balls we'd ever seen. So the stuff has changed over the last 11 years for that many pitches, and you will lose some stuff, but still very effective. Had to redefine himself a couple times throughout his career.
And he takes a little off. And he puts it in there for a strike. It's 2-1.
So 2 times he comes at him 2-0 and 2-1 with 2 two-seam fastballs.
Arias trying to reach for Hunter Pence. And a good take, 3-2.
Now here's where he's tough, because Arias has seen 5 fastballs. And Rodriguez, he'll throw anything he's got here. He's just not predictable to the fastball in fastball counts.
On the ground, foul.
And he does come at him. 6 straight fastballs. Rodriguez from Caracas, Venezuela.
Three and 2. Got him.
3-2 fastball outside corner at the knees. And Arias sent packing. And he had to expand to protect. And the Giants down to their last out.
Here's Pence. He does have a career home run off of Rodriguez. Tonight he's 1 for 3. One ball and no strikes.
It's the first curveball he's throwing.
Giants looking for a little 2-out opportunity here against Rodriguez in the ninth.
He didn't really have a lot of respect for the first two guys he faced in this inning, but he's got respect for Pence. As you mentioned, Pence has taken him deep in 5 at-bats. And he's going at him a whole different way. Curveball, then a changeup. More changeups coming.
It's 3-0. Tap foul, so Hunter Pence with a green light, and he still hasn't seen a fastball.
First pitch curveball followed up by 3 straight changeups, and that's what we mean by he just doesn't give it into a fastball, and fastball counts.
Three and one.
He knew he had Joe Panic on deck, and a guy in his 11th year, they don't respect rookies. And he just wants to go after a guy that he thinks he can dominate with his off-speed stuff or with whatever, rather than face a guy who knows him. So the Giants have life.
Panic tonight is 2 for 4. One ball and no strikes. Panic's job, yeah, it'd be great if you hit one over the wall. But realistically, get a ball in the gap, get on base for Belt. And he takes a strike. So that's going to even the count. Rodriguez sets. Tapped. Weeks. Not in time.
Ooh, close play.
And
Close
Belt
play.
is going to hit.
Maybe. So Ron Rennick is going to come out, and they're going to have a look at it. And they're saying, let's do it. And this replay review is presented by Xfinity. A little bit of a problem getting the ball out of the glove for Weeks. And that provided a bit of an opportunity. And I think they got him.
I think he's out.
I don't know. You look at that one right there and you say, how definitive is it? Replay review is presented by Xfinity. Well, they just replayed it here on the big screen. Oh, it's going to be close. They win, this game's over. If he's safe, Belt will hit.
We're just hoping for a tie. The replay review on Pence earlier had a really clear shot. This one isn't quite as clear. It is the best angle, however. And there you'd think that maybe the ball got there just a little ahead of time. But a lot of these we've seen, because they're so close, the call isn't changed. And that's the only thing the Giants can hope for right now. Hoping for Belt to face Rodriguez. I mean, this crowd of over 40,000 is standing and waiting. And the people in New York are trying to make a decision. People in New York have no idea that there's 40,000 people here who've seen the play on the board, and they think that panic is out.
Well, they're replaying it a bunch of times. I mean, this obviously is the type of decision you would expect it to be very, very slow in determining the outcome.
And maybe they have a few different angles in New York than what we've seen.
Here we go.
And that's the ball game. So Panic is retired on the ground ball. And that ends the ball game. And game one in this series goes to the Brewers. And Mikey, the Giants tied it up. And then the home run by Parra ended up being the difference.
Well, you expect these games to be played just like they were played tonight. I mean, these are two good teams, two teams that can scratch and claw, and two teams that play good defense and they can protect. And round one goes to Milwaukee.
Final score here at Miller Park. It's the Brewers 4 and the Giants 3. Esurance Giants postgame live is coming up, but first, let's go to the Sportsnet Central studio.